Space looks calm, peaceful, silent, like the kind of place where nothing ever goes wrong, which is funny because space is actually trying to kill you in the most creative ways possible. No air, no pressure, radiation that slowly cooks you from the inside. And that's just the easy stuff. So today, I'm breaking down the 7 deadliest places in space. Let's get into it. All right, level 1, the moon. Looks harmless, right? We literally walked on it. How bad could it be? Well, there's one small problem. The moon has no atmosphere, which means no protection from radiation. Not from the sun, not from deep space. Astronauts on Apollo missions were basically walking around like, yeah, hopefully the sun doesn't randomly decide to explode today. Because if a solar flare hit them directly, they'd be cooked. That's it. No warning, no shelter. Just a burst of radiation strong enough to seriously damage your cells. And over time, it gets worse. Your DNA starts breaking down. Your cancer risk skyrockets. So yeah, the moon isn't trying to kill you instantly. It's just doing it slowly. Level 2, the vacuum of space. Now let's remove the moon entirely. You're just floating in space. No suit. First of all, no, you don't explode. That's a myth. But what actually happens is somehow worse. Within seconds, the air leaves your lungs moisture and your body starts to boil. Your body begins to swell, not explode, just inflate slightly, like a very bad situation. You've got about 10 to 15 seconds before you pass out. And after that, well, let's just say you're not coming back. Space doesn't need monsters. The environment alone is enough. Level 3, the sun. Now let's get a little closer to something warmer, the sun. At Earth's distance, it's great. Keeps us alive. Move a little closer, it becomes a problem. Move really close, you don't burn. You don't even feel pain. You just stop existing. Temperatures reach around 15 million degrees Celsius at the core. Anything that gets too close is instantly turned into plasma, which is basically matter that forgot how to be matter. So yeah, no dramatic ending here. You're just gone. Level 4, Jupiter. Now you might think, okay, just avoid the sun, easy. Let's try Jupiter instead. Big mistake. Jupiter is basically a giant storm on steroids. Wind speeds, over 600 kilometers per hour. Pressure, crushing beyond anything on Earth gravity, pulling you in with no solid surface to stand on, and the deeper you go, the pressure increases so much that it literally crushes atoms closer together. At some point, you wouldn't even be you anymore. You'd just be compressed matter. Also, fun fact, Jupiter has a radiation field so strong, it could kill you in minutes. So even getting close is already a bad idea. Level 5, Pulsars. Now we leave planets behind, and things start getting weird. Let's talk about pulsars. These are dead stars that spin insanely fast, like hundreds of times per second, and they shoot out beams of radiation like cosmic lighthouses. Except instead of light, it's radiation strong enough to destroy molecules. If you get anywhere near one of these beams, you're not surviving it. You're getting ripped apart at the atomic level. Also, the gravity near a pulsar is so intense that you'd be stretched into a thin line of atoms. Yes, that process actually has a name, spaghettification, which sounds funny until you realize you're the spaghetti. Level 6, black holes. All right, now we're getting serious. This is where things stop making sense. You get too close, and gravity doesn't just pull you, it pulls different parts of you at different speeds. Your feet get pulled harder than your head, and slowly, you stretch, and stretch, and stretch, until you become a stream of atoms falling into darkness. And once you cross the event horizon, there's no coming back, not even light escapes, which means whatever happens next, We will literally never know. Level 7, Gamma Ray Bursts, GRBs. Final level. And this one? You don't even see it coming. These are the most powerful explosions in the universe. In a few seconds, they release more energy than our sun will in its entire lifetime. If one hits Earth directly, it could strip away the atmosphere, destroy the ozone layer, and trigger mass extinction. And the worst part, they happen randomly. Somewhere in the universe, right now. One could be happening. You just better hope it's not pointed at us. This is the fading light of gamma ray bursts seen just an hour after it reached Earth. What you're seeing is already history, but that light started its journey 2.4 billion years ago, long before complex life even existed here. And if something this powerful happened inside our own galaxy, the night sky wouldn't look like this. It might not exist at all.